Well, the 2025 fantasy season is now at an end. We do have a champion. Matt, are you here with us?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Now, first off, I want to say David had an awesome season this year. He gave you a run for your money that I don't think anyone else could have done. So, David, good job
Yes,
uh,
absolutely.
for you having a
No,
great
it
game.
was a good game. It really came down to that last night because Bijan Robinson went off.
Yeah, no, Bijan got 44 points, which was insane. I was like, if the Rams score here, David might win because that would drop the defensive points for Matt there. So it was an interesting game. Matt, though, your MVP obviously had to be Derrick Henry, who just absolutely killed it, got 55 points by himself. How are you feeling there?
Oh man, I tell you, it was like I said, going into the game before Derrick Henry. It's like, all right, man, I ain't winning this year because our Gibbs laid an egg and it just wasn't happening. And then all of a sudden, Henry puts up 55, and it's like, holy crap! Like that jumped me up. I think up 20 at that point on David. So before I had the rest of the guys go, but moments before we were like, hey, don't know what this game's going to bring us, but it's pretty close. And then all of a sudden, with Bijan going off, it was like, oh man, this whole game now I'm going to watch intently. And every play, you're wanting to see the pick sixes happen. It's like, yes. And then when that one got called back, it's like, no.
Or when they blocked the punt and it actually cost you points because the defense scored.
Yeah, I didn't really realize that until that happened. And I was like, shit, how did I just drop 3 damn points?
Yeah, no, it was an interesting matchup last night. Really, it could have gone either way with the final 10 minutes of the game. So I think that's what we always look forward to at the end of this season is having two evenly matched teams. So at least it's anyone's game. And speaking of winners, though, I do want to bring on someone. He got his first win of the 2025 season. Let's bring him on now, Nick. Nick, how are you feeling?
MVP baby. No,
Hey, you got it.
I didn't even realize I was still playing a team. So I wasn't paying attention for the last few weeks.
I think you beat Trinity by 30 points. So I want to say you didn't just win, you killed it, Nick. So this just means carry that on into 2026. Only good things from here.
Let's hope for it.
Now, Grayson, as the former reigning champ, obviously David dethroned you from that. How are you feeling now that Matt is the champion of the league over there?
I mean, can't complain. It's where it rightfully belongs. I got my 1 year. And also, just gentlemen, with Nick replacing Blake, it's been a great year. There's nothing better we could have asked for. So,
It was truly a win for everybody.
1,000,000%. So it was, tough pill to swallow, especially with all the injuries that were going on midseason. So you can't hate it, but at the same time, just that's football. So it's been a weird year, an interesting year. But Matt, congratulations on the W.
Thank you, sir.
And now, Matt, what were you talking with Bobby about scheduling next year?
Dude, I think your script was a masterpiece this year, Keegan. What you did with this made this probably one of the best seasons yet. And I really look forward to seeing what you have in store for the league next year and how it all goes about.
Keegan, if your surprise is bringing Blake back, I will quit the league.
That was just the trophy for whoever won. They had to hang out with him for 24 hours.
We have no idea what is up Keegan's sleeves here. It's gonna be interesting.
Matt, imagine if they brought Blake back just for us to give him all of the worst players in positions possible.
It doesn't matter that he was winning or losing. It said he wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Make a bunch of stupid trades where it didn't
Oh,
make
I
any
know.
sense.
That was the problem. I didn't give a shit if he won or lost. It was everything that he kept saying over and over and over.
Yep, I lived with that guy. I know how that feels.
See, Nick, don't you just want the flashbacks of dealing with 85 trades of the worst trades imaginable? Just so that way, he can win one time.
No, I don't want any trades for him.
We're going to instigate a 48-hour rule where if you don't respond to a trade in 48 hours, it automatically goes through.
That could be dangerous, though, David.
That's fine. I'm so sick of so many people that I offer that did doing nothing. Absolutely ridiculous. You got to make some offers. You got to say yes.
I also want to add to that. If the Houston defense is offered to you, you have to take it because it's a wholesome defense.
I'm never giving it up now, Nick. It's mine.
All right, so Nick, we're just going to offer you the Houston defense back and forth until you don't have any players.
It's the Houston defense for your entire team.
You're only going to trade me the Houston defense, even though I already would have it.
Right? Yeah, you would offer me, Houston for Detroit. I'd give you Detroit, and then I'd be like, "Hey, Nick, I got a trade for Houston for your entire team." And you would have to do it because it's Houston's defense.
Yep,
it is very wholesome. So I agree. We should
best team around. Best team.
Hey, right now, Houston. We'll get to it. Their defense is playing like a defense that can win a championship. Who knows who comes out of the AFC? Early favorites that we had even 4 weeks ago, like the Rams from the NFC, are falling off. It looks like so. I think it'll be an interesting playoff time here in a couple weeks. But Grayson, you guys have now kept up the 4 straight Browns wins at home against the Steelers.
I mean, hey, what can I say? We're not a good team, but at least we're consistent when it counts. All I can say is I was not expecting them to win. I was not expecting any of that to actually happen. But giving Pittsburgh some playoff troubles, it's just chef's kiss to the season. I love it. It feels so good.
Well, and one question I did want to ask you, and I've talked to some other people about it. Someone on your team mentioned it as well. Do you think Pittsburgh was more worried about Myles Garrett getting the record than they were about winning that game?
1,000,000%. Yeah. They didn't want to they did not want that at all. So they wanted to stop it as much as possible.
Yeah, it was wild that most of their plays were just like, let's either throw it to the back or just throw it right at the ground. I was like, what are you doing? You're not going.
I mean, it was definitely just Mike Tomlin's just honestly, he's not that good. He was an okay coach, but he's just literally wanted to hang on to this position until he's ready to retire. And it's honestly time, to be honest with you. But
retire or go to a different team. Sometimes
agreed.
a fresh change of scenery is good. Something else we haven't been able to talk with you, Grayson. How do you feel about him now that we've seen him for multiple weeks against a plethora of different defensive talents?
I mean, I still feel the same way. I mean, he's a rookie quarterback, fresh out the gate. I mean, he has the potential, but I don't think Cleveland's going to be the place where he can actually develop because they're notorious at ruining quarterbacks in this team. And while I don't want to see him go, he's going to be better off at another team.
Yeah, no,
That's
it'll be
because
interesting.
Grayson is just super racist.
Whoa.
I mean, no. I really do want to see Shador.
Grayson, how you gonna fuck through with
this? Honestly, I do want Cleveland to keep him, but at the same time, I feel the same way about him as I do about Baker Mayfield. He could have been done better, but because of how Cleveland is, it's going to delay his career by 3 to 4 years unnecessarily.
I feel like the coach hates him there.
Dude, Stefanski, I feel if anybody's racist, it's definitely Stefanski.
I don't know what it is that he just has it in for that poor kid.
It's bad. it's, in all honesty, it's a miscommunication between everybody. Honestly, if I could have my golden wish, it'd be I want the Haslams to sell the team off to literally anybody else because they suck as owners on this team.
Grayson, I almost wonder if Stefanski just wants out of Cleveland. Like, I feel like there's been some bad blood between him and Cleveland since the whole Baker Watson stuff went down, which was a Haslam thing. And I feel like he just kind of phoned it in, I will say, for the last couple seasons.
I mean, in all honesty, it's just it's a coach who knows what he wants, but the ownership refuses to listen to him. And honestly, it's just
Marty McFly. That is
wish-
a terrible. Sorry, not trying to interrupt you, Grayson, but Marty McFly. That is
No,
a
I heard that's
terrible-
what's gonna happen. That's what Bob was telling me. He really wants to trade Bo Nix for Sugar Sanders.
Well, obviously his numbers retired up in Boulder too, so why not bring him home? You know, shit.
That'd be
Oh.
that'd be a terrible trade.
Bring Sanders home. This sounds like a
I
very
mean, I'll take Bo
honorable-
Nix all day, every day.
We all know
Grayson
Bo Nix is
said that
washed
like
up
all day.
anyways. Nobody wants Bo Nix. He's a terrible quarterback. He has no skill.
No, zero. But essentially, what I would say is that with ownership's terrible. They don't back their actual coaches. They don't put anybody in place. It's just constant infighting. All the Haslams want is they want to run the football team like a business. It's not a business. It's a team. It's kind of like what happens when management gets involved in anything artistic. It's just they don't know what they're doing. They think they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. And it's just the Haslams just keep putting their finger in the pie, and it's just they need to stay out. They need to stay out of it. They don't know what they're doing. They're horrible owners. They have no football knowledge. I can't be a fan of the team while they own it because I'm going to go nuts because they keep making horrific decisions. And either A, they need to sell it off, or B, they need to finally find somebody they trust because this is starting to get – it's embarrassing, to be honest with you. Like, Cleveland was bad just because they were trying to figure it out for a while because they were, reestablished in the early 2000s. But it's just at this point, it's just embarrassing. Like, I don't even want to just deal with the embarrassment of being a Browns fan just because it's hard to,
Grayson, it's hard being a Browns fan, but just think you could be a New York Jets football fan. So
Oof.
I think they have
I
the
understand what I said.
longest playoff drought right now, I think, is the Jets as far as wins. Or second longest. I think maybe it's the Dolphins. But also, they have 0 interceptions for the year. Never happened for a team. And I think their leading receiver hasn't played since October, and he has 340 yards. So going swell in the Big Apple there. I'm pretty sure they are getting rid of their coach. This upcoming week, I think, will be his final. But more on a positive note, Nick and Matt, what are your thoughts with your team looking like they are coming out to play, even though their quarterbacks haven't been?
I'll let Matt answer that one first.
Sorry, I stepped away for a quick second, but I heard my name. The dog was begging at the door.
No, I was just saying the Vikings are doing good the last few weeks. What are your thoughts?
Well, we got to play the role of playoff spoiler. Like I said, that's if you're not in the playoffs, that's the best role to have is to spoil other teams' opportunities. And I couldn't be more excited that we kicked Detroit right in the mouth and sent them on their way packing. And although we didn't eliminate Dallas by beating them that game, we set up the scenario where if who was it won, Washington or whoever won, that Dallas was automatically out. So it was good to have the role of being a spoiler.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. It is fun being the spoiler team right now. I was elated when we beat Detroit. It was like a Christmas gift all entirely on its own.
And it was on Christmas too, so
That's why I said it.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
unless you're a Detroit fan, then it was a lump of coal.
Yep.
David, how are you feeling with the Cowboys? You guys had a big move today with Mr. Diggs. What are your thoughts with the Cowboy situation moving forward? I think he's muted.
What's going on?
I just asked about your thoughts with the Cowboys with their big move today.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big move. Years past, I've been a Stephon Diggs fan. Still a fan now. Like, he's a great guy. He did very well.
Trayvon
Seasons.
Diggs.
Sorry, Trayvon. Sorry.
We'll get to stuff on
I'm very
Diggs.
sick. Yes, I'm very sick right now and like on a lot of medicine, so I'm a little woozy. But yes,
Gotcha.
I mean both Diggs. To be honest, I've liked both of them. I think they're very talented. Very lucky family that has two very talented guys. But he's done really well for us. But this year, it was not there. Injuries have been piling up for the past 2 seasons. Basically, he was in concussion protocol for a long time because he dropped a TV on his head at one point. Like stupid stuff. It's just, if you're paying so much money for somebody, they have to perform. And he just has not been there this season. Even if you take out the injuries, the games that he's been in, he has not done enough that I think it's worth him sticking around. I actually think this is a very good sign because he was one of those ones that he's kind of a fan favorite to some degree, and they're willing to get rid of him. I hope that this is a clear sign that they have no problem cleaning up the defense to get us something good next season. Because that is very much 100% where our weakness is right now. If we would have had even a mediocre defense this year, Cowboys would be in the playoffs. Like, offense was fantastic. They were on fire. We would have easily, I think, taken the division if we had a decent defense. But it doesn't matter if your offense can put up 40 points a game if your defense is also allowing 30 to 40 points a game. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those offenses where you're like, the team looked bad, and you're like, no, the offense did their job. The defense let them down. And I think you're right there. The Cowboys, just with their offensive talent, I think very easily could have overthrown the Eagles. And if not, definitely would have made the playoffs.
At least a wild card spot.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And there's several games that they would have won if defense could have just held strong on one more drive. You know what I mean? There were so many decided by those final last-minute point kind of things. That is the weakness. I mean, I think we're going to keep most of the offense, if not all. I do expect a big contract coming for George Pickens probably at the end of this season. No question that Aubrey's going to get a good contract and be sticking around as the kicker. Like, everything is shaping up pretty well there. It's just defense that needs to totally be rehauled. And I think Eberflus 100% has to be gone this year.
Having watched Eberflus for like a year and a half in Chicago.
Yeah, seeing how he was as our defensive coordinator, I don't know how you withstood him being your head coach. Like, oh my God. That's
the fact he let the play clock run out when they could have kicked the field goal to go in overtime.
Yeah.
It still bugs me.
I think Diggs will still find. I think somebody's going to pick him up. I don't think he's done. I don't think he's going to sit. I think somebody will pick him up, maybe a little cheaper than what he wants to go for, but I think he'll get signed somewhere else. And no ill will here. I hope whatever team he goes to, I hope he's a great asset. I hope he's a fantastic addition to the team and gets a nice career. But I'm not overly upset or anything that he's gone. I think it was the right move ultimately, and we need to bring in some really good talent and get this defense back to where it should be. Because if we can get it to even half the level of what our offense is, they're going to be a good team.
Yeah, and I think today I saw CJ from the Bears, as soon as he got released, posted some eyes. So maybe someone like the Bears. I could definitely see at least.
I could see him on the Bears.
Defenders, yeah, coming in that needs some help shoring up some stuff.
Especially with the way injuries have been. There's definitely a playoff team that could probably grab him for at least the end of this season and hopefully let him earn a spot on for next season. So, again, I don't think he's going to sit for very long. I could absolutely see him being in the playoffs this season, that somebody picks him up, even if not for starter, a solid bench guy or something.
Yeah,
exactly. So I don't feel bad for him. A shame he couldn't stay a Cowboy, but sometimes things just don't work out. And I don't think this is that big a surprise for either side, to be honest. I think the writing's been on the wall about this since about mid-season. So.
Yeah, and I would say maybe he could go to New England to play with his brother. But Scott, do you know the situation developing in New England right now with Mr. Stephon Diggs?
No, I haven't heard about anything out there. I'm not in the New England area, so if I was there, I probably would have known. I'm sorry.
All right, Matt, do you know, being that you have him on your fantasy team?
No, I've been busy with winter camp all week with the kids and whatnot. I've not really had a chance to focus on fantasy.
So it looks like Stephon Diggs was charged with felony strangulation and assault. He is denying it, but the league could suspend him. So New England could be out one of their main offensive targets going into the playoffs. So we'll see how that develops. I'm sure New England is just
Yeah.
thrilled.
What I read is that it was apparently, I guess, a chef, maybe a personal chef or something, and he like choked her out and threw her on a bed because she was asking for back pay.
Not a good look.
It'll probably get dismissed because stuff like this, it's really hard to prosecute if you don't have proof. But the league is very antsy about things like this. So like you said, Keegan, I wouldn't be surprised if they suspend him for a bit till it gets a little clearer of what actually happened. This may take him out of the playoffs.
Yeah, which, we've seen that happen recently with DK Metcalf. He didn't strangle the fan, but he tried to sock at him. Missed last game. He's going to miss this upcoming game. And his lack of being there definitely showed for the Steelers.
I think they win that game this last weekend, if he was there.
Yeah, I think it's very much more possible. They just didn't have any targets, and even when Rodgers had people open, they just weren't tall enough. DK is so tall. Yeah. So that could cost the Steelers their season. They have a play-in game this weekend upcoming with Baltimore, which should be exciting. Grayson's boy over there, Baker, needs to beat the Panthers, but also needs the Falcons to lose. Because I believe
to the Saints, right?
To the Saints, yes. Because I believe if the Buccaneers win, they have the same record now as the Panthers. But if the Falcons win, they also have the same record. But because the Panthers swept the Falcons, they would be in and not the Buccaneers.
It's something, it's like strength of schedule or something like that. That's who gets it. My question though, before we get off of the Ravens, Nicholas, how do you feel about the heavy rumors swirling about Lamar possibly coming to Vikings?
I mean, I feel like it could be a decent welcome to the team, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to help solve all of the Vikings' issues right now.
Would you give up on JJ already though?
I would not. I don't know if I give up on him, but I would definitely make him backup quarterback.
So you'd second string him for Lamar for at least a year if it was a possibility?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if Lamar comes into your town, he's obviously starter for at least a season or two. But how much you probably have to spend to get him.
Yeah. But
he still has the talent.
Yeah, he's great talent. He's had a bad year.
I don't know if that would actually solve all of the Vikings' problems though. I don't
Absolutely
know
not. But do you think they would do a good
bring
chunk?
us all the way? Maybe we'll see.
Because to be fair, if the Vikings won, 2 more games or so, they'd be in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you guys are like the Cowboys where you were right there. You just couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, you guys are third and only half a game back, maybe a game back from the Packers, who currently hold a playoff spot. So you guys definitely could.
And Packers have kind of been collapsing.
Yeah. Yeah, the Packers fans are talking trash to Chicago right now. They're like, you guys are scared. I'm like, of Clayton Tune? I think we're fine.
Ain't nobody scared of Clayton Tune.
Yeah. I've also heard Lamar with Miami because he's from that area. And Miami's going to be in the market for a quarterback.
I don't think so. I think they're going to keep Ewers.
I think if Ewers goes out this week and has another good game, because he had a really nice game this past week, I think that makes that it is Lamar, so that's kind of one of those more unprecedented situations.
Yeah, I think because they've already spent the money on Ewers, I feel like they give him a season personally.
I would. I mean, he didn't look bad at all.
And he's already shown that I think he's a better leadership kind of person than Tua has been.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown anyone under the bus so far, so that's a
and not only that, but he's already got the team behind him. Like, if you can roll off of these last couple games into a good 2026, I don't see why you change it up. Personally, I would give him a shot. You might as well see what you got in him. He's been doing well, like you said. If he does really well this last week, I see no reason not to see like, hey, let's see what the kid can do next year before bringing in a heavy hitter possibly.
Now, one other spot hasn't really been mentioned, but Scott, Lamar to the Colts, would you be okay with that?
It's almost too similar to what we've been having with Kyler Murray. A decent passer. He's got the arm, but first and foremost is if he's in getting pressured, well, he's going to run instead of really looking for the pass. Even when the man is wide open, he's not going to see him because he's more intention on getting his feet out of that pocket. So I would much rather just see a completely different style of quarterback leading the Arizona Cardinals, and you can kind of see it with our time with Jacoby Brissett here in this interim time. Definitely a much more pocket-oriented passer, and how better the team has been going, really within the last 5 weeks since Murray's been put down.
Yeah, I would say Brissett might play himself into the start. It looks like Grayson dropped. Not sure where he went, but yeah, Brissett might actually play himself into the starting role this coming week. It just seems like that team's behind him, even if they're not winning. And I don't think just putting in another quarterback's going to change Arizona. They have another team that has a ton of holes, obviously.
Right.
You think Fernando now goes to the Vegas Raiders now that they have secured not secured, but they are in the driver's seat for the first overall pick?
Well, I tell you what, that would be a really big youth movement for the Raiders. Since they got Genti first round in the draft this past year, and then perhaps taking Mendoza first round in this upcoming draft. Abilities to get a few young receivers this coming draft. There could be a huge youth movement in Las Vegas. Of course, it would still take a good couple of years before they really get to be a professional team that we would really be spending time talking about. But perhaps now is the time for them to make that wholesale change.
Also upcoming this week. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about. Bowl week started with a game I want to go to now. The Pop-Tart Bowl looked absolutely fun. I think we need to make this a thing next year. We will go down to it and film it because that looked like a lot of fun. I just like how much they put into the theming of it with the trophy had the Pop-Tart, the toaster in it, and they did all the Pop-Tart shenanigans. Nick, are you going to join us down at the Pop-Tart Bowl next year?
We'll see.
What if I told you the UNC Bears were going to be at the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Doubt, first off, highly doubt it. But if they were, then I would definitely try to make it a thing, yeah.
David, what were your thoughts with the Pop-Tart Bowl?
I'd be screaming from the crowd like, "Let me be your coach!"
I think the Pop-Tart Bowl is amazing, and I wish every bowl game was like that. It's actually entertaining. It's worth watching because, let's be honest, nobody gives a shit about the game. It's all about how fun they make it and things they add. So the fact that they have the mascots and then they get like ritualistically sacrificed in the giant toaster at the end and then eaten, absolutely fantastic.
I like how the one opted out, like Notre Dame. It was like, actually not my dream and jumped off the other side so it didn't get eaten. I thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
I thought it was great how the second year of the Pop-Tart Bowl, they had the one that died the year before just up in the rafters, like hanging out in a silhouette, like just watching the game.
It feels like we're like on the Hunger Games. We've now lost Grayson and now Scott. They're just dropping like flies. I guess there's just gonna be one of us left by the end of it.
Oh shit, that wouldn't be good, huh? Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I think all of us are, recovering from the holidays, and at least a good number of us are recovering from illnesses or injuries. So we're all kind of meh today.
I was
It's a
just
good
thinking
place to
about that.
stop it.
I was
What?
just thinking about that like 20 minutes ago. Like, man, even though it's only been a week, it feels like it's been like 3 weeks between Christmas and now.
Right. Yeah. Going back to
Hey.
work yesterday was rough. Let me tell
Hey,
you that.
tomorrow, Stranger Things finale.
In
Yep.
theaters.
I'm not going to the theaters. I'm not spending $20 to watch it on something I can watch
Yeah,
for free.
I'm not gonna. Yeah,
Stupid.
as much fun as that would be. Again, I can get it at home for free.
Or at least something that I've already paid for.
Yep.
Right.
And if you want to go with anybody else, they have to spend an additional $20. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have any cool popcorn buckets for it or anything?
No. So if you spend the $20, it is concession credit, so you get $20 worth of credit. But if you were going with like two people, you are spending $60. How much fucking popcorn do you need?
A lot of popcorn. All the popcorn, David.
Yeah, I may have been guilty of eating like 3 buckets of popcorn the other night when we went.
What did you see?
Matt, are you having technical difficulties? Are you the next one?
I'm gonna
I
leave
guess,
now.
man. No,
This
I
is-
in a lot of pain right now with this eye injury, so like the medicine's kind of making me woozy, so I might be hitting shit on accident buttons and whatnot. They look big and blurry and funny to push.
Yeah, no, we saw Anaconda this past weekend, and it was the first time, and as long as I can remember, it's been a long time that we actually had to stand in line to get into the theater to even get scanned to get in. So that was good to see for the theater purposes. As far as like theaters are just in a rough spot, so it was nice to see a little bit of a crowd. Colorado's lost some of its bigger ones. Nick, has anyone replaced the one in Parker yet, or is it still empty?
Actually, my buddy was just telling me. I can't remember what the name of the company is, but there is a company that has bought the old theater in Parker. It's gonna be another theater company, but they have like a $20 all you can eat concessions kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't remember the name of the company, but apparently they've already bought it and it should be opening up again soon.
You know, I've heard actually cool things about them. I think the company is out of Detroit, and their whole concept sounds really intriguing. I'm kind of excited to see what it brings here to the metro area. I guess Douglas County. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because Colorado has a weird lack of theaters in like populated areas, compared to like in Roswell had 3, and then like in Colorado to get 3, you have to go like some distance.
Speaking of theaters, I did see that the Regal off of I-25 in Hampton is completely torn down now.
I know that's a sad one. That one had been there for a long time.
So I thought
Mhm.
it'd be really funny if I just dropped out, but I'm letting you guys know my food just got here and I'm feeling very sick, so I have to go eat it. If y'all are still on, I'll jump back on. But I'm
Okay.
back.
Well, feel better.
Thank you. If I'm not back before it's over, Happy New Year's, guys.
Thank you. If I'm not back before it's over, Happy New Year's, guys.
Yeah, happy New Year to you too, sir.
Well, speaking of Rose Bowl, Scott, how are you feeling about your guys' chances this week? Uh-oh. The technical issues are still here. Bobby, how are you feeling post the Bronco? I feel like this show's gone off the rails, but this is good. We have a decent amount of viewers for some reason this month.
It's just a shit show. The end, a shit show that was 2025.
Yeah, hey, this is the final show of 2025, so next time you see it, us will be.
We'll see you next year.
We will see you next year. You got Bobby there, Nick. He laughed pretty good there.
Yeah.
Good. Any show I can make Bob laugh is a show well done.
Hey, Bob said you are one of the funniest people he knows.
He is.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yep, he sure does.
Right there.
Well, what should we talk about, Nick?
Do you want to get to the picks for this week?
We might as well just get to the picks today. Let's see where we're at. Give me 1 second.
Bob is a man of very few words.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, we might need you to help fact check some of these games.
What do you mean fact check some of these games?
As far as who's the starting quarterbacks. It looks like...
You want me to do that?
All right, so Saturday we got 2 games that actually mean something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. Apparently they're just writing off Sunday. But Saturday we got Carolina going to Tampa Bay. Matt, who do you got?
Tampa Bay has been kind of in a downward spiral. Carolina's on the verge of a playoff spot. I think they're battling for that first place in their conference or division, not conference, division. Carolina, I think, continues to roll, and they keep pounding.
Nick, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Carolina. I don't think Tampa's been disappointing this year. For me.
Oh no, it is the Final Four. Bobby.
Carolina, I got.
Yeah, I'll take Carolina as well. I mean, honestly, it almost doesn't matter if they win as long as Atlanta can beat New Orleans, which who knows with Atlanta. But I do think that at least they get this one done, which takes us to the other matchup of Saturday, which is San Francisco hosting Seattle for the number 1 seed in the NFC. And if San Francisco wins, they have playoff at home the rest of the way through the Super Bowl. Matt, who do you got?
This is going to be, I think, a slobber knocker, drag out game. I'm hoping it's as entertaining as the 49ers Bears game was.
That was great. Good game.
Oh, man. I think, San Francisco squeaks by Seattle. It's going to be a lot closer than we think, but I think the 49ers get it done.
Nick?
I think Seattle's gonna win this game. I think Seattle has a little bit more of an edge than San Francisco does.
Bobby?
49ers by 7. It's gonna be close.
Scott, who do you got? Seattle, San Francisco?
Actually, I'm going to go with the 49ers being at home. It's going to be a good game. It'll be close. Bobby's right. It'll be close, but I'll go with 49ers edge in this one.
And who do you think wins the Panthers-Tampa Bay game?
Panthers have been playing better, and Tampa Bay's kind of been a little bit iffy here. So, actually, I'll go with the Panthers to beat up on the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and for the Seattle game, I'm going Seahawks. They've been clicking on defense, and I feel like something in that Rams game is going to help propel them. Just the way you can come back, being that far down and just going for it with the final play to win it like that. can carry a team. It's going to be a really hard fought matchup, though. San Francisco looks really good. I do think Seattle's defense isn't going to let them score 40 points like the Bears just rolled over and died on defense, apparently, this past week. Because their offense looked good, just their defense was ugh. But yeah, give me a Seattle in that one. And that takes us to Sunday and all these fun games that we have no idea who's starting. But first up, New Orleans, Atlanta. I think it's Kirk Cousins, and we know it's Tyler Shook from New Orleans. Matt, who are you taking?
Well, what the hell? Give me the Saints. For no particular reason.
All right. Nick?
Yeah, I'll take the Saints as well on that one.
Bobby?
New Orleans, 2.
Scott?
Actually, I'm more leaning for Atlanta. I think they got a little bit more to play for with this game, so I'll go Falcons.
Why not go with the team that I have 2 quarterbacks on my fantasy team, the New Orleans Saints? So that's why I'm picking them, just because I have 2 of them on my bench. Not starting, because luckily I have Caleb this year, but let's see. Right below, we got Cleveland and Cincinnati. Now, what's kind of fun about this, I think we're getting a Joe Flacco sighting for Cincinnati playing the Browns. And he started week 1 for the Browns against the Bengals. So it comes full circle for Joe Burrow playing Sanders. Matt, who do you think wins? And is Joe Flacco the quarterback to help Myles Garrett break that record?
Probably, man. I'm kind of shocked we haven't broken the record yet. Yeah, I think is Cincinnati playing for anything on the line? Do they have? I mean, are they guaranteed in? Are they out?
No, they're out.
They're out.
Yeah, both teams out. Myles Garrett is about the only one trying. Cincinnati, like I said, sat Burrow so he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cleveland in this one. I think they're playing. I don't care football. You know they're just playing. So give me the Browns.
Nick?
I'll take the Browns as well, since I know Burrow is sitting out. And let's hope that Myles Garrett gets the record this weekend. It'd be one hell of a way to end the season.
Yeah. Final play of the game, too. That would be awesome. And he gets the record as time expires. Bobby?
Cleveland.
Well, what about the record?
I think Garrett will break the record this weekend.
Okay.
I think he will.
Scott?
Well, once again, I'm going to go away from the crowd here, and actually, I'm going to go with the Bengals to win this game. But I also think that Garrett will be able to get the record this week, especially with Flacco at the lead for the Bengals. But I'm going to go with Bengals to be at home.
Hey, it's the final regular season week of picks for this year. So I'm going to say they tie 6-6, but Myles Garrett gets 2 sacks. How about that? There we go. Crazy stuff in the final regular season. We'll be back for the playoffs, guys, but feels like some of these teams are just, phoning it in. All right, so next up is Green Bay. I don't even know who's going to be starting for the Packers because I think they're already in. It doesn't matter. But they're playing Minnesota. Nick, we'll let you start. Who's winning this one?
I want to say the Vikings are going to win this one. Okay. I think the Vikings are capable. I think the Vikings are totally capable of pulling off another win to end the season.
What about you, Matt?
I'm right there with Nick. On paper, this Minnesota team is what they were last year. Just struggled, brand new quarterback this year. Yes, he's brand new. He didn't really get a play last year, although he's in his second year. He's 22 years old. I think once he gets a quicker release and can become into his shoes, I think he'll do just fine. We still got Jefferson. We still got Addison. There's a lot of weapons that we need to start utilizing more. And I think, although they're not going to play spoiler in this game, I think to give Green Bay a good smack in the mouth is a good way to end the year for the Vikings.
Bobby?
Minnesota. Because Jordan Love's not playing due to concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Scott?
Yeah, this time I am going to go with the crowd, and I am going to go with the Vikings. I think Matt's right. The Vikings still have a lot of the weapons. They just got to be able to hit them. So we'll go with the Vikings.
All right, just because we have 2 Minnesota fans, where's that cheese grater? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, give me the Vikings. I saw Nick's like, where is this going?
No, that was on my face. My face said, "I will find you." I know which movie theater you like to go to. It's the next time you're out and about.
Probably one of many. Yeah, just lure me there. There's a special showing of Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm like, oh, let me go check that out. Well, that
They're
sounds
actually
fun.
they're actually re-showing the original Jurassic Park with director commentary.
Oh, let me go check that out. Yeah, no, give me Minnesota.
The Labyrinth 40th anniversary. Hell yeah. I think I'm going to go check that out at theaters, but my Platinum Pass doesn't work for that. I'd have to pay full price. So I'm just whether I want to spend $22 to go see the Labyrinth there.
I think it can be worth it. We've seen a couple of the old school films this year, and it was fun. But yeah, I'm taking Minnesota. I think Green Bay is kind of on a downward spiral. I think they're a one and done playoff team anyway, and I think being that they're probably going to be on their third string quarterback this week, I just think that Minnesota defense is going to feast. It might be the last one for their defensive coordinator as a Vikings coordinator. We shall see, but I think they get the job done and a win. So that takes us to Dallas versus the Giants. Dallas is just playing for pride, so are the Giants. They play themselves out of the first overall draft pick. Matt, who are you taking?
Sorry, I completely just spaced out there for a minute. Can you please repeat the 2 teams?
Giants and Cowboys.
All right. Yeah, sorry, man. This painkiller stuff is like trippy. Giants, Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. I still think they're the better quality team right now, and the Giants are wanting to compete for second place now that they gave the Raiders the first place loser. So give me the Cowboys.
Sorry, I was reading something popped up from StreamYard. Nick.
No worries. I'm also going to take the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are a much better team on paper compared to the Giants right now, and I think they have a little bit more oomph in their shoes than they get in the Giants. So I'll give the Cowboys a win there.
Bobby.
I'm taking Dallas too. Giants are horrible.
All right. Scott.
Yeah, I'm going to take Dallas, especially against the Giants. Everybody's right. They're playing for second worst. So, I meant the Giants are playing for second worst. So the Cowboys will take it.
Yeah, also give me the Cowboys as well. I don't see a world where they lose to them this week. It's possible, I suppose. I didn't think the Giants were going to blow up the Raiders last week. But I think Cowboys at least end the season on a high note and beat the division rival Giants. Next up is Tennessee going to Jacksonville. Tennessee looking like Tennessee. They had a lead last week and let it go. And Jacksonville still kind of in it for a higher seed. So, Matt, who are you taking?
Jacksonville, playoff teams are always going to, when you're playing for seeding, I think it all depends on where they could end up. Sometimes as a coach, you may look at that and go, shoot, we're going to have to go to Buffalo if we win. Or, if you look at it and go, oh, we go to Carolina if we lose. Like, let's take the loss, It all depends on, do you know by chance on top of your head where they would go if they win? I don't want to say you're going to tank it because of where you play, but damn well they do.
They, I think, still have an outside chance at the number 1 spot, depending on what New England and Denver do.
Really?
And then it's in Jacksonville from here on out.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I think they're going to play for the win then. So give me Jacksonville.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm going Jacksonville. I don't know if Tennessee knows how to play football at this point. So I think they'll just lose on sheer chance.
Yeah, and how the Raiders have less wins than the Titans, I won't know. Just shows how bad the Raiders are this year. Bobby?
Jacksonville.
Scott?
Yeah, I'm going to go Jacksonville. They got the ball has been rolling, and I think they want to keep it rolling, especially getting into the playoffs. So Jacksonville would be really striving to keep that game rolling.
Yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville. Tennessee's awful, so no need for me to explain there. Hopefully their stadium's nice in a few years because they need something good on the horizon. Next up is Houston playing Indianapolis. Houston's in the playoffs. I don't know if they're planning on sitting anybody. Indianapolis is starting Leonard. Scott, who do you think gets this one?
Well, either way, Houston's still going to have the better defense, no matter really who they're playing. So it's going to be Houston against this Colts.
Matt?
I'm going to go with Houston as well. The Colts, they did their best when Daniel Jones went down, bringing in Rivers. As we saw last couple of weeks, it didn't work the way they wanted it to. Jacksonville's going to – or not Jacksonville, sorry. Houston's just going to take care of them. It'll be a cakewalk.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Houston on that one.
Bobby?
Houston.
Scott?
Well, I already said Houston.
Oh, that's
Houston
right.
Defense. Houston and their defense.
He was the first person you asked.
I know. I'm so used to the routine at points. Yeah, I'm taking Houston as well. Even though I don't like one person from their team, their defense is still good. Next up is Buffalo facing the Jets. Buffalo needs a win, I think, more just to feel good going into the playoffs after kind of a tough week last week. So the question is, Matt, Buffalo or the Jets? And the Jets needing that interception, do they get it here or do they go interceptionless for the season?
Oh, dude, this is going to be a tough one because the Jets are that team that could beat Buffalo. They've done it in years past. They could do it again. This is the perfect recipe type game for Buffalo to go in and lose. But I think since they lost this last week on such a crazy play at the very end, I think they're going to have their motivation going for them. And I think Buffalo is going to pull it out. But as far as the interception goes, I don't think they're going to get it. I think Josh Allen has a pretty good game.
Nick?
For which game again?
Minnesota.
Buffalo and Jets. I don't see the Jets winning at this point in the season. So no, Buffalo.
Do the Jets get their interception?
No.
All right. That's what I like to hear. Bobby?
Buffalo.
What about the Jets?
No.
They get their interception? No? Scott?
Yeah, it's going to be Buffalo. No, the Jets won't get their interception, primarily because I think Josh Allen, because he got so embarrassed at this past weekend, he's going to make sure that that all his passes are on point, especially for this game. So it's going to be the Bills, and the Jets aren't really going to get close to the ball, or the Jets defense is not going to get close to the ball at all. So definitely the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Bills as well, and I'm saying no interception for the Jets because I think it'd be funny to see no interceptions in a season. That's just a terrible record. I think there's gonna be some big changes going on in the Jets locker room this upcoming year. Next up is Chicago, Detroit. Detroit's now out of it. They do like to play spoiler. We've seen before. But Chicago also has to play for that seeding, trying to get second or third. So, Matt, who are you picking?
Why always go to me first? Jeez. I don't know with this one. I need some time to think. This is one of the ones I'm still pondering right now.
Well, then we'll give it to the life experiencer himself, Sir Nick.
I should have given it to Bob. I want to hear Bob's commentary on this this pick here.
Okay, hold on. Bobby,
Yo,
your first pick and why?
for who? First pick in the draft?
No, Chicago.
Chicago versus Detroit. Who do you got?
I think Chicago, the way they played the 49ers Sunday night or Monday night, that was a hell of a game. So I see Chicago. Back and forth game, yeah.
Okay. Matt, has that helped you make your decision?
Yeah, a little bit. I just wanted to hear some fire come out of Bob there. Is Detroit? They're out. Chicago, are they in still, or do they?
Yeah, Chicago has the division, but they're playing for a seeding.
Oh, that's right, because Green Bay's got the automatic 7. Again, this is kind of one of those ones where does Chicago attempt to maybe play their starters kind of like a preseason game, let it roll, see how the game goes? Detroit's going to be pissed off. They're going to come in and want to play. It's not going to spoil Chicago their playoff spot, but they're going to definitely want to interfere with it some way, somehow. And, Campbell's one of those coaches that will do every stupid thing in the books to get Detroit the win. But I think just Chicago, the way they kept fighting the entire way with the 49ers is a good team this year. And it hurts to say that as a Vikings fan, but I think the Bears finally have a quality team, and I think they can take care of business and wrap up beating out Detroit this week.
Nick?
I agree with Matt that it does hurt to say that Chicago has a good team this year. However, I will say that when I was watching the Chicago 49ers game, I told my dad, if Chicago goes to the Super Bowl, I will wear my Khalil Mack jersey on that day. So
right.
give me Chicago.
Hey, at least if anything this past week, they showed they can hang with the better teams. They just got to show up that defense. I don't know. They start off so hot. That first play, pick 6, I was like, oh, this is going to be good for Chicago. Scott?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to go with the Bears, and I think the Bears will, at the end of the game, be rather dominant. I do think the Lions really will be really tough the first half. The first half, I think, will be a really solid game. But in the end, the Bears will just kind of dominate there at the end and really be playing for their seed and try to better their seed. So it's going to be the Bears, especially dominant at the end.
Yeah, I'm taking Chicago as well, of course. I just hope their defense looks better because they've had a really solid-looking defense all year. I don't know what happened. It was fun to watch outside of that last play where I don't know why they scripted whatever they scripted, just run the ball because they weren't stopping it, even if it's Caleb for a quick quarterback sneak in or something. But yeah, feeling positive at least with Chicago. Oh, Bobby.
Yo.
It's your game. The Broncos and the Chargers. Who's winning?
We are. Chicago's not starting Herbert.
Chicago.
San Diego's not starting a lot of their starters. Herbert's sitting. So I think we take this one. We got to take this game because if we do, it's playoffs throughout. We get home field advantage.
Are you going to a playoff game?
Huh?
Are you going to go to a playoff game?
I hope so. I'd like to.
All right. So after we send Nick home, we got to send Bobby to a Bronco game.
Oh.
Nick, how are you? Who you got?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Denver. Denver is definitely going to take it. I mean, like I said the other week, Jacksonville was the strongest contender against, I think, Denver. And obviously we saw that they did not survive against Jacksonville. So I think this is going to be an easier win for them.
All right, Matt, I've let you sit a little bit. What do you got cooking?
I don't know. Chicago. I thought I picked the Chicago game already, but I didn't realize Herbert was on there. Give me the Bears. Even though they're sitting Herbert, I think they'll do just fine. But no, then as far as the Broncos Chargers game goes, man, the Denver should have an easy game with this. But like we all said, and going back to it, I told y'all last week, and somebody called me out on it, said there's no way in hell it would happen. Denver almost lost to the Chiefs, who played a third-string quarterback. So it makes me worry just a little bit. Like, is there a chance Denver could lose? There's always that chance with the Denver Broncos. But I think they get it done just knowing what's on the line. I think Peyton's going to have the defense playing dirty. I think somebody's going to get hit really hard, helmet to helmet, something like that. But Denver will get it done. They'll find a way.
Scott?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Denver, especially this game. I think it'll be a good game. It'll be worth watching, but it'll end up being Denver at the end.
I think I'm going to go for the wild card. Give me the Chargers to come into Denver, beat them, and possibly send New England or Jackson. I think New England's still alive for that first spot. So, yeah, give me that. We'll see what happens. Next matchup is Kansas City, Las Vegas. Bobby, who gets this done? Do the Raiders get their third win, or do the Chiefs get a win with their third-string quarterback?
I don't think Kansas City's going to win this week. I really don't. I see the Raiders beating Kansas City.
All right, so Bobby thinks the Raiders beat Kansas City. Matt, what are you thinking?
Damn, I'm just shocked. Bobby's not calling for both teams to lose and be on the double elimination, whatever. This is just going to be one of those ugly games. Both teams are crap this year. Still, is the Chiefs still with their third-string quarterback? I'd have to say he actually did look pretty good last week. He was getting in there, making big completions. As far as the fantasy goes, I think whoever had, I think Brendan has him. He got 30-some points, which is pretty impressive for a third-string quarterback. The Chiefs are going to hang in there and I think beat the Raiders. The Raiders are still the Raiders.
The Raiders are the Raiders. While we're on that, have you all seen the John Madden trailer that came out with Nicolas Cage?
I have not. I saw there's a trailer out there for it, but I have not seen it yet.
I can't tell if they're going for a comedy or what. Nick, what are you picking?
I think Kansas City will end their season on a win with this game. I don't think the Raiders. Again, the Raiders aren't good this year. They haven't been good for a little while. But I mean, even like Matt said earlier, even the third-string quarterback for Kansas City was giving Denver a hard time. So,
Scott?
Yeah, let's see. This is going to be the Jason Kelsey farewell game.
Travis Kelsey.
Travis Kelce. So it's going to be his bye-bye game. He probably will be the receiver of the first pass and the third pass and the fifth pass and the 10th pass of whichever quarterback the Kansas City is putting out there. And Kelsey will catch him. And so it's definitely going to be the Chiefs over the Raiders.
You know, I'd like to real quick before you answer, Keegan. I'd like to add my answer. I think Kansas City will end this on a win, and also Taylor Swift will do a pre-show, halftime, and post-show, post-game show. She's gonna perform before the game, during halftime, and at the end of the game, and it's all gonna be new songs for all the Swifties out there, and they're all gonna be written about Travis Kelce.
Let me add another piece to this. Over or under, like a percentage, what do you think the chances of a wardrobe malfunction at any point happening?
Taylor.
A little Janet Jackson going on, right?
Nah. Taylor's too. I think Taylor's too classy for that. Although I think if they do end up losing to the Raiders, I think Taylor needs to put whatever next tour she has in the works just on hold and do a residency in Las Vegas just to be a good sport about it.
See, I thought you were going to say, what was the over-under that the game ends and there's a proposal on the field? Or not proposal.
Well, they're already engaged.
They're already engaged.
Announcement, I should say.
Like a pregnancy announcement?
What if they just do a gender reveal, like the big scoreboard explosion?
A gender reveal.
Surprise!
And it's a boy.
And then she immediately signed him to a contract.
His name is going to be Kanye Kelce.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs. Though I think they played well enough last week that they can beat the Raiders. The Raiders just look bad. I did not think they were going to get blown out by the Giants last week, so I think the Chiefs take care of this one. Maybe Kelce gets like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Next up, we have the Rams. Who knows what they're playing for anymore? It looks like Stafford might have fallen out of the MVP race, but they're hosting the Cardinals. Matt, do the Cardinals end their season on a high note?
No. Not a chance. I think the Rams are going to play with some swagger. Stafford, if he wants to win, this is probably his last real opportunity at it too. In MVP, he's going to come out playing like an MVP. He made several mistakes that I think he can capitalize on. When you look at the statistics, he's not a quarterback that makes that many mistakes. And lucky enough for my team, the Thundercats benefited from his mistakes because that last interception towards the end, I think, really kind of put that safe cushioning on the Super Bowl victory for the fantasy team. But he's not going to make those mistakes again. That's one good thing about Stafford, I could say, just because he was a quarterback of mine for a long time on my fantasy team. He doesn't make mistakes often. He'll capitalize on them and he'll rebound. I don't see the Cardinals beating the Rams.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm in full agreement with Matt there. I think the Rams got this.
Bobby?
I got the Rams beating Arizona.
Scott?
I think the Rams could pull out their flag football team and still beat the Cardinals in their natural. So it's definitely going to be the Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams as well. Though
Did we just lose Bob?
Bobby?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Right here.
Where's that? Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
It looked like your camera dropped it. That's all.
Scott's proposal of just putting a flag football team against the Cardinals sounds like a great time. So let's make this happen.
Yeah,
I'd like to see this. Next up is New England still fighting for playoff seeding, playing Miami, a team that notoriously knows how to upset the Patriots. Matt, who do you think wins?
New England Patriots. I think they've got enough weapons still. Even though Diggs is out, Drake May is one of those contending style quarterbacks that will take care of business.
Nick.
Yeah, even with the diva that is Stephon Diggs out, I think the New England Patriots still got this game.
It looks like we did lose Bobby, though I don't see him. Scott.
Yeah, it'll be the Patriots. They're still too strong to lose this game, especially against Miami.
I think Bob's toying with us. He's like, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in.
And he's like, wow,
Bobby.
I didn't leave.
I got New England this game. I think they'll beat Miami.
Good.
All right. Yeah, I'll take New England. I think yours has a decent game, but New England has a pretty good defense, so we'll see how he does. Next up is Philadelphia against Washington. Philly again playing for seeding, already in. Washington out, but Washington always matches up really nice against Philadelphia. Matt, do they play upset?
Hell yes, they do. They're just going to upset the shit out of them.
All right. Nick?
Yeah, they're going to play upset.
All right, Scott.
No, I think the Eagles, knowing that there's a seeding there at the end of the tunnel, I think Eagles will end up dominating at the end. Could it kind of like the Bears Detroit game? It could be close, but it'll end up being the Eagles running away with it at the end.
Bobby. Okay. I'm
Can someone cue up the Katy Perry song "Hot and Cold" for every time Bob leaves?
let's see. See, you never know what Sirianni's going to do. He might sit everybody. He might just sit some of his starters. He might play them all until they get hurt. Sirianni's kind of a wild card at coach. So for that fact, I think they get this one done 9-7. I think it is an absolutely awful game to watch. Washington scoring the only touchdown but losing by 2 points to all field goals for Philadelphia. Oh, Bobby, you're back.
Yeah.
Who you taking?
Who was it?
Philadelphia, Washington.
Philadelphia.
Okay. And our final game. Bobby walks off into the sunset. Bobby just walked off into the sunset for 2025. We'll see him again in 2026. Next one, we have Pittsburgh, Baltimore. I think they flex this one into this Sunday night. Wow. But it is for the division. Aaron Rodgers trying to get to the playoffs possibly for one last time. I think he comes back. I think they've looked too good. He's looked too good. I think he's back next year. But in what could be his last hurrah, Matt, do they beat the Ravens or do the Ravens make the playoffs?
Oh, dude, this is... Sorry, the dog's all whiny right now. Yes, I'm talking about you. Be quiet.
Yeah. That's how we feel.
I think, man, this is going to be a tough one. Pittsburgh is not just, I think they had lucky breaks here and there. They're not as quality of a team as everyone has them being. Again, I'm cheer for them because Thielen's there. I would love to see Thielen get into the playoffs. And if somehow the Steelers could get to the Super Bowl and win it, to give that man a championship more than Rodgers would be worth it. But I don't see them beating the Ravens right now. The Ravens are coming in full of piss and vinegar and whatever else spice that they have with it. I think the Ravens are going to win.
Nick, are you taking old man Rodgers?
I mean, again, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I once a Packer, always a Packer, so I'm not going to root for a former Packer. I would love to root for Thielen. I would love to see Thielen go on just the same as Matt there, but I don't know if the Steelers have it in them right now.
I was actually talking old man Steve Rogers. Heard he was a big Baltimore Ravens fan in the MCU.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure he's from New York, so he'd probably be a Giants or a Jets fan.
But he's so Washington D.C. anymore. Maybe it's the new Captain America. Maybe he'd be more of the Baltimore fan. Scott, who you taking?
You know, I look at these pair of teams here, Ravens and Steelers, and I really kind of feel like Matt's dog. What am I going to pick? And I think this is Aaron, along with Travis Kelce's swan song. This will be Aaron Rodgers' bye-bye song. So, but I'm going to go with the Ravens just to pull up. I'm not really sure exactly what kind of team the Steelers are going to play for the entire game, which is why I kind of will pick out the Ravens to edge it out at the end.
All right, Bobby, for your final pick of 2025, is it a new
Baltimore?
You know what? I'll go Pittsburgh to see old man Rodgers make the playoffs one more time and just to send Baltimore into chaos. And you know what? Maybe they deserve it a little bit. Stealing the Cleveland Browns in the dead of night like they did. Actually, it wasn't like the Colts, but still, they stole the team. Maybe this is karma coming back to bite them. No, I don't know what's going on with Baltimore. I feel kind of bad because I do like Lamar being a Cardinal and everything. I just think the Ravens had a fantastic game last week, and I think perhaps they just put all their energy into last week's game and are going to come into a Pittsburgh team that felt like they didn't put really any energy into the last week's game. And so just kind of going off that, I think Pittsburgh gets the job done. So that is it. We will still be back. We got playoffs upcoming as per usual. We'll talk playoff football all the way up to the Super Bowl, draft, stuff like that. And Nick, next week we're coming back for a book.
Yep, we're coming back for Gate to Kagoshima by Papi Hiroki.
So if you haven't read it, I still think you have some time, especially if you're off for this holiday and the weekend. Try to get that in, but we will be back next week for both sports and a book review. So we will see you guys in Scott.
Just real quick, hang on, Keegan. I was going to say, so you're right. The Jaguars have a rare opportunity. They could be either the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or 7 seed team based off of the outcome of this week. The only seed they can't get is number 4 because that one's already locked up. But how crazy is that? You can either get 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or 7. And you're a 12 and 4 team.
That is pretty crazy.
That is nuts.
Yeah, no, it's been a crazy year. And Scott, I hope you have a great time watching the Hoosiers in the Rose Bowl. What are your plans for that bowl game?
All I do, it's kind of like a Super Bowl. I'll have all kinds of snacks and treats and plenty of adult beverages, all lined up, especially early. It'll be early in the morning for me. I'll probably catch the parade on television, and then sit back and watch the Indiana Hoosiers move on to the second round with a. I'm going to go ahead and say a 35-20 victory over Alabama for the Rose Bowl victory and showering the Hoosiers with roses.
It would be amazing. I hope Indiana does beat.
Who's your daddy?
I hope they beat Alabama, sure.
Hopefully they chant that in the stadium. I'm excited to watch that. The playoffs, I didn't watch really any of that first week because I don't think any of us were too excited, but this feels more like when the games begin, and since my Cardinals aren't in it, I will be going for the Hoosiers. So hopefully you guys get the job done and win. Bobby, you planning on going outside, shooting out some fireworks on midnight tomorrow?
No, I'll blow my hand off. I don't like doing that. I don't want to blow any parts off. So
Well, if you don't blow your hand off, you don't
blow
hold
my hand
on
off
to
or
it,
blow
dude.
any fingers off. No.
Did you see
All
that
right.
happen?
Well, on that note, we will see you guys on the flip side. I hope you guys have a fun and safe New Year's. And thank you guys for joining us for this entire year for all the fun videos we've been doing. And yeah, let's make some goals happen next year, including bringing Nick home for UNC football time 2026. We'll see you guys